Today we're going to be talking about radians. What is a radian? Well, here's our unit circle. Here's our radius, okay? Now again, a lot of times we just say that radius is 1. What do we really mean by that? We really mean 1 radius, okay? Now that's what a radian actually is. It's the radius of a circle. It's 1 radius of a circle. This radius has a certain length. And really, what we get at with radians is trying to talk about the measurement of the circle, any measurement, including the circumference, in terms of this radius, which we call a radian. So when we say 1, we really mean 1 radian, 1 radius of the circle. Now, how many times does this radius fit around the entire circumference? If I were to basically stretch this out, make it curved and go around like this, so something like this, let's say it just takes up that much. How many of those total would make up the entire circle? And that's just a guess. That's not exactly perfect. That's what a radian is, and that's what we're going to talk about in this lesson. Well, what is the formula for circumference of a circle? And this goes back to pi. How many times does the radius of a circle fit into the entire circle? Well, we know the diameter fits pi times. Pi is 6.28 approximately. So the entire diameter of a circle fits all the way around. I'm sorry, yeah, pi times 3.14. Okay. The radius fits 6.28. So let's say that again. The diameter fits 3.14 times around the circle. The radius is twice as much of that, 6.28. In other words, the circumference of a circle is 2 pi times the radius. Okay? So another way you can think of this is however big the radius is, it fits into the circle 2 pi times. All right, so 6.28 times. So going back to our diagram here, this green radius fits all the way around this circle 6.28 times, or 2 pi times. However big the radius is, it will go around it that many times. You can make the circle as big or small as you want to be. So here's kind of what it looks like stretched out. If you were to stretch the circle completely out, there would be 6 of those radiuses inside the circle. I don't know if I'm doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, anyway, you get the point. There's 6 of them. Let's see if I can make the notches a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.28 of those radiuses would fit around the entire circle. Okay? However big or small the circle is, 2 pi radians, okay? Which means there are 2 pi radians, 2 pi times the radius, in any given circle. Now, let's actually construct the unit circle on top of the Cartesian plane. What does that mean? That means that if the radius is 1 radian, remember, then it goes to, this radius goes 2 pi radians around the circle. What does that mean further? Well, if you cut that in half, and this is the best way to think about radians, there are pi radians, or 3.14 radiuses, that go halfway around the circle. So 3.14 of these would make half of the circle, or pi of those. If you cut that in half, pi over 2 would go into a quarter turn of a circle. If you cut it in a fourth, all right, pi over 4 of these would go a quarter of the way around 180. Okay, so I think I misspoke before. This is halfway around 180. This is actually a fourth of the way around the whole circle. This is why people argue for tau, which is a whole nother topic. But this is half of 180, and this is a quarter of 180, which would be an eighth of the circle. So the best way to think about radians is actually in terms of 180. There are 3.14 radiuses in half of a circle, which is 180 degrees. So a lot of times when I teach my students to convert, think about there are pi radians in 180 degrees and go from there. All right, So putting all that together, let's construct the unit circle here. If you were to cut this into 6 pieces, all right, as a sixth, you'd have pi over 6. If you were to cut that into a third, you'd actually be right here. 2/3 would be right here. Okay, so here's a third, here's 2/3. This would be 3/3. All right. Now, why are we cutting it into all these sixths, thirds, halves, and fourths? Well, it goes back to our normal unit circle angles, 0, 30, 45, and 60. Remember I said that pi radians is 180? Take 180 divided by 6. Just get this angle right here, which is 30 degrees. Take 180 and divide by 4, you get 45 degrees. Right, so this is a 45 degree angle. 180 over 3, 60. 180 over 2, 90. All right. Anytime you want to convert from radians to degrees, just replace pi with 180. Again, this actually means pi radians. I don't know if I have the unit circle labeled like that. We can go up back to our unit circle app, though. Let's go to radians. Let's change our units to R. So this is what it would look like in terms of radians. This is technically correct because, again, the unit circle, in order to apply it in the real world, we know that most circles don't have a radius of 1. They have a radius of whatever, right? 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 meters, whatever. This is technically what it looked like, but again, we kind of assume the units are R, and that's why we call it the unit circle. The unit is the radius. So this is technically 5 pi over 4 radians, so on and so forth. I'm teaching you this before converting because I think after I've done this for a while, I think the visual learning of the unit circle without converting is better. It's kind of like, if you're used to Celsius, you think in terms of Celsius. If you think 30 degrees Celsius, you know what that temperature is, right? Rather than having, if you knew what Fahrenheit was, having to convert it back to Celsius, it's actually better to think of the unit circle in terms of radians for a lot of reasons, especially when you get into calculus. You always use radians instead of degrees. So, here's your unit circle points in radians, all right? There's so many different shortcuts. I could spend forever on this video. I always tell my students, the radians that are over 6 are closest to the x-axis. So pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6. The radians that are over 4 are at your 45 degree intervals, and that's pretty simple. The radians that are over 3 are closest to the y-axis. Pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. The radians that are over 2 are the top and bottom of the y-axis. And all you have left is your 0 pi, which is the same as 2 pi radians, and pi. So there's some helpful, hopefully, shortcuts and study guides for you to help you remember where these angles are on the unit circle. And there's kind of some more notation in there. So now what we're going to do is put our degrees exactly where our radians are. And this might help you kind of bridge the gap since you already know unit circle and degrees. Maybe it helps to relate each of these radians and go from there. But again, eventually I think you should just get to the point where you think of the unit circle in terms of radians. Here's our unit circle angles with points and degrees, and then we just bounce back to radians. So you need to know this unit circle in terms of radians. Use those shortcuts I taught you. If it's over 6, it's closest to the x-axis. If it's over 3, it's closer to the y. If it's over 4, it's halfway between each axis. Over 2, it's top and bottom of the y-axis. And then 0 pi and pi and 2 pi are all on the x-axis. And some more tricks that we already talked about. Pi over 4 is a quarter turn. Okay, so that's why, and a quarter turn of 180. Okay, and so that's why they end up at the 45 degree marks. Pi over 3 is 60 degrees because it's 180 over 3. So every time you go 60 degrees, you end up at an interval that's pi over 3, which is why, That's 60 degrees between these, so it's 4 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. And pi over 6 is a 30 degree interval. So you can think of this as 2 pi over 6, which is just pi over 3. So a lot of these are just reduced fractions from multiples of 30. Also, something else to think about. And of course, when you get down here, you're just 30 degrees from pi instead of 60, so you can't write it over 3, you have to write it over 6. So this would actually be 5. This would be 5 times 30 degrees, right? Which is 150. So all those little different shortcuts, just make sure you learn the unit circle in terms of radians. If you have questions about it, let me know. Let's ask some post questions. A radian is a unit based on the circle's, you said it, radius. Okay? Very simple. Easy to understand. Next question. There are how many radians in a circle's circumference? There are 2 pi. Okay? If you want to write that as a decimal, 6.28 approximately. Radians and degrees are ways to measure what? The answer is angles. You could also say circular arcs. Alright folks, that's it for unit circle in terms of radians. If you have any other questions about this lesson, let me know.